Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lobo Show. Today, we're going to talk about commanders. And if you're a low spender, trying to figure out what commander you should invest in next is always a super daunting task. If you make a mistake, it can set you back months or cost you a pretty penny trying to fix it. I think most people would say that they have some commanders they wish they hadn't invested in. So here is my 4,000 head dream team. First up, we have Ramsey YSG, both maxed out at 1,400 heads. Attila Takeda, both maxed out at another 1,400 heads. Saladin and William, both at 5,551 at 760 heads. Guan Alex, at the cheapest 580 heads. And then Constantine Joan, which will run you about 200 heads. This lineup is going to slay in all the canyon events. It'll get you amazing kills in PvP, and it's just going to make you a very invaluable asset to your team. To get a better understanding of how they unlock and which ones come out when, check out Dragothian's new video. He released it 2 days ago, and it's very similar to the video I wanted to make. So I'm instead going to do a speed round of how I would like to invest in things properly. If you want a full rundown of what commanders unlock when and how you should invest in them, go check out his video. I'll link it down below in the description. So, the first commander that you're going to want to do anything with is YSG. Invest as many gems into YSG as you can. If you get him to 5111, that's fine for now. Ideally, you want to get him 5511, but for the setup that we're going to be running today, 5111 is going to be more than effective. Once you get him to there, just start sandbagging all of your heads to save for the next commander, which is going to be Saladin. Once the Saladin Muddiest Governor event comes around, you would ideally like to get him as close to 5551 as possible, but that's why you're going to save as many universal heads as you can, because you just have to unlock him through Mightiest Governor, and then you can just focus on getting him to that magic level with universal heads. Your main march after that point is going to be Saladin YSG. It's a killer march. It's going to help you in the future Mightiest Governors to let you get more kills during kill event. At this point, you're going to want to put your extra heads into YSG and move towards maxing them. Next up, we're going to arrive at this wonderful gentleman, Alexander the Great. As his name implies, he is great. And you're going to want to spin the Alex wheel as much as you can and try to get him to at least 5511. There's two choices you can go down. You can either keep him as the primary to take advantage of the attack tree, or you can use Sun Tzu as a primary to take advantage of the skill tree. I will be covering talent trees in a later video, so stay tuned for the different options that you can have, but it's never a bad idea to get Alex to level 60, because you can use him with YSG to rally all sorts of things up until Takeda come out, and he is a solid rally commander. At this point, the Constantine MGE is going to be happening, and you should be able to place decently in these using Saladin YSG and Alex Sun to get kill points. Your main goal here is to get Constantine to 5511, and then slap your Joan of Arc behind him, and you now have an insane buffing march. This is a great way to bring value to yourself as a low spender. You might not have the troops or speed ups to be able to fight with 3 marches at all times, but if you have a 1 march following a murder ball and buff all your allies, your whales are going to love you. All you need is to have his first skill at 5, and then his second skill at 5 to be tanky, and you're going to have a nice tanky march that's going to buff all of your allies. You will play an integral part in making sure everyone else's marches are operating at peak efficiency. Now say you didn't do too well in the Constantine MGE and it was hyper competitive. Don't feel too bad, because as long as you have some of your commanders being worked on and you've managed to save up some heads, around day 320, Attila and Takeda join the mix. I would drop everything else that's going on and invest heavily in both of them. It's a broken meta-warping pair that isn't going away anytime soon. They're good open field, they're good for rallies, they're good everywhere except for protecting your city. One of my biggest regrets is not investing in this pair earlier. As you can see, I don't have them unlocked, and they are just incredible commanders that will get you a ton of kills, that are gonna make you an invaluable part. All you need to do is slap a little bit of basic equipment on them, and they are going to put in work. My next video is going to talk about how to gear up some commanders, and you will see how insane you can make a cavalry commander with very little materials. The next commander I would start working on is Guan. He's a wheel commander. Invest your gems in him as much as is feasibly viable. Once you get him to 5-1-1-1, you can invest heads in him casually, and once he's 5x5-5, you can stop. He's perfect here, pair him with Alex, and you have one of the best infantry marches in the game. The next commander is where some of my archer bias is going to come in. I think you should spin the Ramsey wheel like mad. He's one of my favorite commanders. He puts in a crazy amount of work. He made archers relevant again. You really want his expertise for the heal immune effect for 2 seconds, because that hard counters Richards, that hard counters Constantines, and it's really good against anyone who heals. You throw him in front of a YSG, and your archer march is going to shred. If you look at this report here, there's 11 armies attacking my Ramses, and as we're scrolling down, all of these trades are either even or incredible in my favor. Anyone who tells you archers don't want to get swarmed has not played with Ramses YSG. And while a lot of these people weren't using optimal pairings, and it was T5s against T4s, most of my trades were even, if not exceptional, and that's in an 11v1 scenario. It's amazing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise that Ramses isn't amazing. He is one of the breakthrough awesome commanders in the game. If you're not going to work on garrisons, which you shouldn't if you're a low spenders, use the time from the Artie, YSS, Theo period to try to work on all the other commanders and get them up to the levels that I was saying. Once William becomes unlocked, you get him to 5-5-5-1, throw him behind a Saladin, and your murder ball just became even more murdery. At this point, you're probably around 600 days played, or about current day game time if you're in an older kingdom. There's about 4k heads to invest in this dream team. It's 6.5 heads a day. If you factor in the heads from the Mightiest Governor, Wheel, Silk Road, Karuk, KVK, it's totally possible to grind out this kind of team even at a low spending rate. And even if you're not in a fully finished way, you should have a couple of these marches finished, and you're in a good place and you have a solid investment plan to become incredibly strong. I hope this guide helps you on your way to planning out your commanders, or gives you an idea of where you might want to move next. My next video is going to show you how to equip these guys in a reasonable way. Feel free to check out my channel this Sunday at 13 UTC for some Osiris League live streams. I'll be covering 3 spicy matchups. Hit the subscribe button if you're interested so you don't miss a beat. See you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.